What's up, guys? I was gonna do like a top 5 or top 10 Final Fantasy list, but I decided to do it in ranks instead. So let's just get right down to it. Yeah, it's paper and it's a cell phone quality video as usual. That's my style. Anyway, since I love Final Fantasy so much, I didn't do S rank, A rank, B rank, C rank, D rank. Instead, it's S plus, S, A plus, A, and B ranks because it's my favorite series of all time by far. Anyways, let me get into it. Starting, I'm going from best to worst. S plus ranks, as you can see here. S plus, 4 of my all-time favorite games. These 4 games are in my top 10 favorite games of all time. And, I mean, if I'm being completely honest, all 4 of these might be in my top 5 favorite games of all time. I just love Final Fantasy so much. I don't know. I'd have to think about it and make a list another time. But, anyways, they're definitely all in my top 10 favorite games of all time. Final Fantasy Tactics, Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 9, and Final Fantasy 10 are S plus rank without a doubt. Gems of a game. Oh, and you might be thinking, where's Final Fantasy 8? Or 6? 6. What, 6 isn't S plus rank? We'll get to that. I'll explain it. But yeah, honestly, all these 4 games are my top 10 games of all time. I said that. Yeah, that's all I would say about that. It's just, honestly, I adore these games. I've beaten them anywhere. If I say I've beaten all 4 of these games 40 times each in my life, it honestly might be more. Because I was a very nerdy, chubby kid in middle school. I went to school, came home, played one of these four or 5 or 6 games, if you count Final Fantasy 8 and 6, for 6 hours straight, went to bed, woke up, went to school, came back, did it again. I was a nerd. But I don't regret any of it. I have so many fond memories of these games. Anyways, that's the S plus rank. Tactics 7, 9, and 10. Love them. Love them to death. Alright. Sorry about all the camera movement. And I'm not really... This is high quality stuff, folks. Don't make fun of me here. S rank, which is just below S plus. So, honestly, these could be in... The Final Fantasy 8 and Final Fantasy 6 are in my S rank. Honestly, these 2 games are, without a doubt, in my top 20 favorite games of all time. But probably without a doubt in my top 15 and possibly even top 10. Also, I just love the Final Fantasy series so much. I know that Doom/Doom 2, the original classics, I count them as one game. That would be in my top 10. So, you know what? I have to think about it. But these are without a doubt top 20, probably top 15, possibly even top 10 for... I know people love Final Fantasy 6. It's so many people's favorites, but honestly, I like Final Fantasy 8 just a teeny bit more. Final Fantasy 6 is my favorite Super Nintendo game. Well, there's Final Fantasy 3 on the Super Nintendo, but it's Final Fantasy 6. But Final Fantasy 8, I feel like it gets too much hate. Because, I mean, it came out right after 7, you know. It has its flaws, just like every single game ever. But I like it, just, like I said, a tad bit more than Final Fantasy 6. And I love 6. My favorite NES game ever... Yeah, 6 is my favorite NES... Super NES game ever. God, I'm stumbling with my words. But, anyways, yeah, Final Fantasy VIII, I love the junction system. I love the story, characters. Squall isn't an emo like most people think he is. At least not... He's just not. If you played the game a few times and really listened to everything that is said throughout the whole game by all the characters... He's just not an emo. He wears black clothes and he has dark black hair and he says whatever a lot. Best quote ever, by the way. But he's not like... I would say Cloud from Final Fantasy VII is more emo than him, at least in the second half of the game. But yeah, Squall has a very whatever attitude. I don't know. I just love the funny moments in this game because there are a lot. I just played it 3 times. Went through it 3 times in the last month, the remastered version, and I had a blast. I'm going for a perfect file right now, actually. I might upload it after I'm done doing it on my YouTube channel. Anyways, I don't know. Yeah. And I love how all the characters have a super close bond, unlike some other Final Fantasy games where that is not the case. Like in Final Fantasy VI, like there's so many characters, but some of them you just don't even care about really. They're not. I don't know. I don't know. It's just my opinion. But like 8, I know it's corny that and a Deus Ex Machina, blah blah blah, that they all happen to know each other and conveniently forgot because of the GF. But I don't know. I liked it all. I thought it wasn't as corny as other people thought it was, but because it establishes that they all have a close bond, except for Renoa. At first, anyways, she wasn't part of the orphanage gang, but obviously, if you played the game, spoilers, Renoa and Squall end up together in a way. Anyways, I just like the characters. I like everything about this game, and the junction system. I love that to death. I think every time you get a new GF in Final Fantasy VIII, it's like Christmas morning because I'm so excited to see what new abilities I can learn, what like status magic refine, to get status magic or life medicine, refine items into life medicine. You can overpower your characters in disc 1 to be strong enough for the rest of the game. But anyways, yeah, Final Fantasy 8 and 6 are S rank. A rank, or A plus rank. Final Fantasy X-2 and Final Fantasy 12. X-2, one of the most underrated Final Fantasy games in the series, in my opinion. The story is it's whatever. It's eh. It's not the worst, but it's not the best by any means. But it does have its moments. But the combat, the Dress Sphere system is really where it shines, in my opinion. Plus, like, a 100-floor dungeon, secret dungeon that leads to Chaac and Trema, 2 of the hardest Final Fantasy super bosses in the entire series. I love it. And 12? Final Fantasy 12, I love it. I really do. I love 12. I love 12. If I had to pick a favorite out of these two, I'd probably say X-2, but barely. And that's just because I like the combat system in it more. But yeah. Anyways, they're basically equal in my book. A plus rank. Now for the A rank. Only one game. The lone Final Fantasy V, which I feel probably the most underrated Final Fantasy game ever. It's so fun, and I love the battle system and how you have so many options when fighting. Like, there are so many classes to pick and choose from. Excuse me. And I just love it. Experimenting with different combination of job classes for your 4 main characters. You could have them all be summoners. You could have a berserk. But I don't remember all the classes. It's been a while since I played it, but I just like the mixing and matching and the battle system. It's great. It's great. I love it. Final Fantasy V is probably the most underrated Final Fantasy. X-2 is probably the second most underrated because people hate on it, and it's amazing. And last but not least, well, actually that's not true. It is last and least, at least in this ranking system, is the B rank. B's good. B's good. B rank is good. We have 5 games. World of Final Fantasy, which I just played for the first time 2 months ago, and I liked it. It's my second favorite Final Fantasy spin-off, behind Tactics, of course. And then we have Final Fantasy 1, 2, 13, and 13-2. Okay, Colin, you're asking me, what the hell, Colin? Where's Final Fantasy 4? That's a classic game. That's way better than these games right here. The problem is I played about 1 hour of Final Fantasy 4. And 3. 3 and 4 are the 2 Final Fantasies I haven't played. The main Final Fantasies. So that's why I can't put them on a list if I haven't played them. But I feel like if I played 4, it would probably be like right here, the A rank. I don't know. I have to get around to it though. But for the games I have played, which is all of them but 3, 4, 11, and 14, this is my B rank. World of Final Fantasy 1, 2, 13, and 13, 2. 15 didn't make it. I love 15. It was great. Liked the story, liked the protagonist and the antagonist. But the combat, I just prefer traditional turn-based combat. It was fun, but it was kind of It was way too easy, and they nerfed. Oh my god, I don't want to get into Final Fantasy 15. Fuck it. But 13 and 13-2, I feel like get too much hate. Also, they were I thought they were great games, but you're comparing them to all the other Final Fantasies, so in that sense, they're worse than pretty much all the other ones. But if I made a list of best PS3 era RPGs, these would be on that list. Same with Star Ocean 4, by the way. That game's amazing. Yeah, well, all these games, these be some of my least favorite Final Fantasy games. They're still like 8 or 9 out of 10s to me. Like, World of Final Fantasy 8 out of 10. I don't know. They're all 5 of these are at least 8 out of 10s in my book, and I've been very critical on rating system. I feel like. But anyways, that concludes my ranking system. I also like the Detroit Pistons. That's where I used all the paper. Hope you enjoyed my ranking system of Final Fantasy games. Like, disagreed. Just if anybody comes across this video, just don't hate. If you don't agree, keep it respectful. But I don't plan on having too many people see this. But just be respectful. If you think I'm full of shit and this is a horrible list, just tell me what your list is. And we can have a discussion about it. A calm, rational discussion. Is that okay with you? Are you alright with that? Okay. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe! Okay, bye!